All right, happy, what is it, Tuesday night? I think it is. Happy Tuesday night, everybody. Welcome into the daily broadcast brought to you in part and from the Hat Creek Interiors studios. That's right. You don't have to own a ranch to live like you do. Hat Creek Interiors can make it happen. Hatcreek.us on the website. Drop by their showroom in Lubbock, 10101 South Slide Road in Lubbock, Texas. All right. So, what do we got tonight? Your favorite Texas Tech bowl game memories all time. We want to hear from you on that one. We are this close. I mean, this close to Texas Tech and Oregon. But tonight, we go back and we get your favorite memories. Everything that's built up to this moment, all the great memories. What are your favorite ones? You tell us tonight. Do you think Texas Tech football is respected right now on the national stage? Why or why not? And then, what's your superstition going into this game for Texas Tech fans? What's your superstition going into Texas Tech and Oregon, New Year's Day, 11 o'clock Central, noon Eastern, if you're out there? You got a shirt, you got a hat, you got something. What are you bringing to bear for the Red Raiders against the Ducks? All of that tonight and more. Your great questions and comments. We want to hear from you tonight. In three, in two. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, TheRaiderland.com, where you start your day every day, including those great Raiderland hot links, the best links from around the web, locally and anywhere else. Brought to you by Jackson Brothers Meat Locker in Post, Texas, USA. Tonight, brought to you by Gators Bayou in Lubbock, 98th and Slide Road. You want to watch the game in town? Yeah, they got it for you. They're going to open up at 10 o'clock at Gators Bayou. Hot Cajun food, ice cold drinks, tons of TVs, everything you need. Also by Shropshire Insurance of Texas. Now, they're big enough for the whole state. They're based out of Lubbock, Texas. They're independent just like you. If you want your insurance to be perfect, great, wonderful in 2026, home, business, church, you name it, you need to be talking to Jeff Shropshire and his great people at Shropshire Agency of Texas. All right, all of that tonight, and everybody gets in on the United Supermarkets chat line. They have supported Texas Tech for decades upon decades upon decades. Nobody does it better. United Supermarkets, Market Street. There's that one grocery store in town that supports Tech. West Texas puts their name on things out here. There's another one out here that'll take your money, send it down south, put it on things in Austin. You make the call. Up to you. How do you want to do it? All right, let's get it going tonight. I want a ton of comments. I want a ton of people getting in on that United chat line. Your thoughts, your memories, your favorite Tech Bowl memories, anything and everything. Let's make it happen. Why not? It don't cost nothing. All right. My man Paul, Snappy Smith, I'm reckoning, jumping in here. Didn't they all wear red shoes at the Cotton Bowl when they were still in the border conference? Let's see. Tech played in 38. They weren't even in a conference in 38. I don't think they were in the border conference at that time. Maybe they were. Did they wear red shoes? I don't know. Now I got to look and see if they did. And if they do this time around, I hope they don't in the Orange Bowl wear red shoes. Paul throwing me like a curveball right off the bat, like snapping one off. Michael on Facebook. By the way, everybody who joins the show tonight, thank you. Do us a huge favor. If you're on YouTube, Ryan Heights Raiderland, like, subscribe, share. Subscribe, like, share, however you want to do that. That'd be awesome if you could do that. Facebook, same thing. Like, subscribe, share, invite people in. And on Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media. Very cool if you could do the same thing. All right. Got to go back up here. I'm going to have orange. Hold on. Going to have orange chicken and fried rice from Panda Express at lunch during the Orange Bowl. That's good. It's good, you know. I like fried rice. I like Panda Express and stuff. Old Texas Tech man, 9144. It's time to get rid of ESPN, start a contract with TNT, ESPN. All they is put down Big 12. Yeah, okay. I'm getting this weird vibe here from Old Texas Tech man that he doesn't like ESPN's coverage of the Big 12. Well, I think at times the Big 12 doesn't like it either. And I think the Big 12 has seen from TNT and some other places this year, you can be loved in other places. All right, so tonight, your favorite Texas Tech bowl game memories. How far back do you go? Your favorite bowl game memories, what are they? Did you go to the bowl? Do you go back to the early 2000s? You know, your favorite bowl memory, the comeback against Minnesota, or, fill in the blank on that. Maybe you go back before that, the turn of the century. What was your bowl game of the 90s or the 80s? Maybe it was the All-American Bowl. Maybe you and your friend were in his truck getting ready to drive from Lubbock to Birmingham, Alabama on a cold and frigid night in December of 1989. And then you realized this is a stupid, bad idea even before you got to Slayton. I don't know if my friend is watching this broadcast tonight, but if you are, you know what I'm talking about. Your favorite bowl memories. Watching bowl games in the 70s and the 80s, there were only two games in the 80s, I guess. All-American Bowl, 89, and Ole Miss and Texas Tech in the Shreveport Independence Bowl in 86. I think that was it. Yeah. It was a lean decade in the 80s. In the 70s, totally different deal. So your favorite bowl game memories, Texas Tech. What do you got for me tonight? Give me something good tonight as we go through this. And then your superstitions. If you are superstitious at all as a Texas Tech fan, what are you doing come New Year's Day for the Red Raiders? Is there a shirt you're going to wear, a hat you're going to wear, a place you're going to watch the game, I don't know what it is. You tell me. What would that be? I am not superstitious, but I do respect a winning streak. I'm not superstitious at all, but I don't mess around with stuff that might be working one way or the other. So jump in on that United chat line, United Supermarkets, here in the Hat Creek Interior Studios. Tell me what you got for me tonight. Memories, superstitions. Is Tech football respected right now? Do you think they are? Why or why not? All right. Meanwhile, back on the chat line, Jeff is on that YouTube channel we mentioned beforehand. Brian Knight's Raiderland. Sign up for it. We want to be over 700 subscribers by the end of the weekend. Unconventional favorite bowl memory. First 5 minutes of the Cotton Bowl. Freezing my ass off with cousins and friends. So many tortillas flying at kickoff. Red Raider euphoria. Then Keyshawn happened. Jeff, I would agree with you that everything that happened in 1994 and then New Year's Day 95, I guess. Yeah. What? Yeah. 95 New Year's Day. That everything leading up to the game, the moment, the kickoff, the tortillas, everything Everything about that was beautiful, wonderful, and great. And then about 5 minutes in, Tony Baselli, Keyshawn Johnson, the quarterback, I just blanked out on his name, Sean something. I can't even remember. It just obliterated Texas Tech. But everything about that game was great until that moment. Even though Texas Tech totally backed in, A&M was ineligible because they'd been cheating a whole lot and even got caught this time. And then Tech backed in, losing to TCU and Max Nockey there in November. And Tech got to go to the Cotton Bowl under the Southwest Conference rule of who has sucked the longest. Oh, it's you, Tech. You have sucked the longest. You have not gone to a Cotton Bowl since 1938. You've been in the league since 1960. Okay, you can go. But everything about that game was great. My folks were there. My brother was there with his girlfriend from Mississippi State. He was a Mississippi State boy, Hell State. They were there. We were there. I was there. I'm in the press box at the Cotton Bowl. I am watching Texas Tech in the Cotton Bowl, and you know who I'm sitting next to in the Cotton Bowl press box? Mike freaking Golick. Mike Golick. He's about to start a radio show with some guy named Greenfart, and I'm sitting next to him in the press box. And it was beautiful. It was great. And I hope Tech fans of that era can still enjoy everything up to that moment. Because I'm going to say something right now. There's no promise that what happens New Year's Day in Miami against Oregon goes great. Now, I think Tech's going to win. I'm predicting a Texas Tech win. I'm not going to give you my score tonight. I'll do it on VSIN later on tonight, 8:30 with Matt Ewens and Tim Murray on Vegas Stats and Information Network. You can find it on your local TV providers and online, VSIN. I'm going to predict Tech to win. But it's entirely possible that things could go sideways, get horrible, and get bad. And I don't want Tech fans to throw away this season, this moment, this year, if Tech doesn't beat Oregon. And I know a lot of people will, and they'll say, see, they weren't that good, or whatever. I know that. But take a lesson from us in 1994 in what Jeff just talked about and enjoy the freaking moment. Every moment between now and then, enjoy the freaking moment. It's not guaranteed to come back around again. These are the good old days. Enjoy it. All right. Fake Natalie Main's first time listener, long time texter. I don't think the blue blood media respects Tech. Who is the blue blood media, by the way? All I do is say how much we spent on NIL. Agree with that. They failed to report the facts that Oregon spent more. Just so you know, love you. Yeah. That's inconvenient to the discussion, the narrative, to say that Oregon spent this much money and Ohio State spent this much money and fill in the blank. All the teams out there. But for Texas Tech to do it, my God, how can we have that? I do declare. How can we have a school like Texas Tech just acting like they're in the SEC or the Big Ten, and they've been doing this for like 40 years? They can't do that. They can't do that. Robert Delgado, Holiday Bowl versus Cal. Aaron Rodgers, his buddies took an ass kicking from Tech and had to like it. That was a fun game to watch. Was it not? By the way, I think Sonny Cumbie ran the air raid offense at a peak proficiency, better than anybody, including Graham Harrell, that I ever saw. for about 2 or 3 games there during that stretch. Run game, passing game, everything he did. Sonny Cumbie. By the way, did Watek win that game? They were winning, right? They won that game today. Somebody help me out. Pretty sure. Um, and I will fight people on that about that 3-4 game stretch that Sonny Cumbie offense as a quarterback, he ran it better than anybody ever did. We can get the film out. We can talk X's and O's. We can do it. And I know it's hard we can't do it on here and everything else. But at the time and everything else, dude's a badass. Oh, Randy Wade. What are we talking about tonight? By the way, people just joining in the Hat Creek Interior studios. By the way, Hat Creek Interiors, hatcreek.us. They will ship to you. You go to their website, you see furniture, you see lamps. They're like lamps, chairs, a whole dining room that you go, by God, I want that at my house. They deliver white glove service better than anybody else. And we don't talk about the best between Dallas and Denver. We talk about Hat Creek Interiors, the best from that East Coast to that West Coast. Nobody does it better. Check them out. You'll be glad you did. One of my favorite games was watching Washington State play Iowa State at the Alamo Bowl. I'm sorry, did I say? I said your favorite Texas Tech bowl memories. I'll continue. We had field passes and got to hang out with Leach during the trophy presentation. He was glad so many Tech fans showed up to support him. How the hell did you get down there on the field? Favorite bowl, Holiday Bowl, beat California Bears, Aaron Rodgers. Amen. Alan Corbin. The Copper Bowl in 95 broke a bowl losing streak, and that was fun to watch. And that was the Zebby Lethridge, Zach Thomas, 94-95 team, 95 team, not 94, 95 team. The Weiser-Lott Copper Bowl out there in Arizona, they beat the hell out of Air Force, like 55 to something. And that's that team, Alan, gets lost in translation. That was a really good football team. Really, really good football team. And then it just began to slide at the end of the Spike Dykes era. Joseph, my favorite bowl memory was Spike's first bowl game in '86, and thinking Spike was a great fit for Tech. All right, so in '86, what you're talking about is David McWilliams leads Texas Tech to the Independence Bowl. He quits on Texas Tech, leaves. Spike is the interim head coach. They lose to Ole Miss 20-17, I think was the final score. Texas Tech loses the bowl game, and that was Spike's first head coaching experience. But he ingratiated himself to the Tech fan base, and the Spike era was on. Let's see, the next year, 87? Is that the year they tied Houston and didn't get to go to a bowl game? Yeah, I have to look that up. Yeah, that was the Ole Miss game. Which here's a random nugget out of Tech sports history. Jack Dale does not call the '86 Independence Bowl game on radio for Texas Tech. He went with basketball, and I don't know where Gerald Myers and the Red Raiders were playing. I think they were in a tournament somewhere. And it may have been at Indiana. I'm thinking it was up at Indiana. So Jack goes with basketball, and they get a fill-in guy to do Tech radio by the name of Ron Franklin. in 1986. Ron had been working TV and radio down in Austin, covering the Horns and everything else. And Ron Franklin actually called the Tech broadcast for that Independence Bowl game in 1986 against Ole Miss that Texas Tech lost. There you go. Random weird stuff that we know. Timbo, YouTube, Rhinites, Raiderland, subscribe, like, share, like, subscribe, whatever. Everybody on YouTube, please do that. Grow us. And, we're looking, by the way, post game, going to be huge, huge coming up after the Orange Bowl. All right. Get ready for it. Live life well. Raiderland Rewind, going to be massive. Get ready for it. Road trip to Birmingham for All American Bowl with my buddy Brian and his links. Brian passed a few years ago. Missed celebrating together. Love the story. Me and my buddy Mark, we were ready. We were going to go out that night. We were gassed up, and we're like, even before we got out of Lubbock, we're like, holy crap, we're not going to do this. For those who don't recall that 89 game, it was bitter ass cold in Lubbock. It was right after Christmas, and we were going to have to drive 20 hours or whatever it is in Birmingham. And, oh, geez. Yeah, we wussed out. The big Lubbock 1042. According to social media, it sounds like Oregon is playing another G5 team. They make it sound like Texas Tech played a D3 schedule. Or could it be that the Texas Tech defense is really elite? I don't know. You tell me. Where are you hearing these things? Give me your social media feeds. What are you listening to? Jeff, Rob Johnson. Thank you. I was struggling earlier trying to remember the quarterback's name, and you'd think I'd be able to remember that. We got plenty of time for you to get in here in the Hat Creek Interior Studios tonight. Brought to you by Gators Bayou, 98th and Slide Road. They'll be showing the game, opening up 10 o'clock. New Year's Day, tomorrow night, New Year's Eve festivities. Engage properly and wisely. Remember, you got to get up early. Also brought to you tonight by the Shropshire Agency of Texas. Independent, just like you, based in Lubbock, big enough for the whole state. Let them handle all of your insurance needs in 2026. They're great people. Call Jeff. Tell him I said hello. And everybody's getting in tonight on the United Supermarkets and Market Street chat line. Your favorite Texas Tech Bowl memories. We're talking about that tonight because tomorrow it's all about Tech in Oregon. It's all about the breakdown. It's all about this right here. That thing breaks down the whole game and how it's going to go and what the score is going to be. Now, will I maybe, give out some of my secrets tonight on VSIN, 8:30 Central Time, Vegas Stats and Information Network with Matt Humans and Tim Murray? I might, if you have the ability to watch and enjoy. I hope you do. If you don't, we have it linked on our Twitter feed at Ryan Hyatt Media. Anyhow, do you think Tech is respected going into this game? I really think they are. And I know we just had, somebody say, no, they're talking like, no, I really think they are. Now, Texas Tech right now is a underdog in the betting markets. Doesn't surprise me, doesn't shock me. I get it. I can give you stats on either side. It's all right. Also, your superstitions going into the game. Do you have a certain shirt you're going to wear New Year's Day? A jersey? A ritual? In the next 5 to 10 minutes. We'll go a little long tonight if you want to. It depends on you getting on the United Supermarkets chat line. And then your favorite Tech Bowl memories. Jump in. Text away, make it happen. Let's go. And next up, JCTT. My favorite bowl, Tokyo, only because it led to going through steady session. Spike's line about red lights and post funniest memory. All right, so the Tokyo Bowl wasn't a bowl game. It was just the final regular season game in 1988 against Oklahoma State in the Tokyo Dome. And you had some guy named Sanders, doing a good game. Spike's line, though, about the red light and post funniest memory has to do with the 1989 game, the All American Bowl, where during his press conference, kind of promoting it, he said, hey, there's no reason, everybody in Lubbock can't go and jump in the car and go down there. There's only one stoplight between here and Birmingham, and it's in Post. And that's when Joe Hornaday was the sports information director at the time, and he announced that, hey, Spike, hey, there's actually two stoplights now. There's two stoplights in Post. And Spike's like, why? It was a great line. Good stuff. And yeah, in 89, there were actually two stoplights. And today, there are two stoplights in Post. Why? Why? Alan, VSIN is on my YouTube TV. I shall watch with a cold beverage. Cheers to you. JCTT, gone to the Cotton Bowl every year until it moved. Great memories, mostly without tech, yes, obviously. So enjoy and hope you don't get a random text to this day. USC scored again. Yeah. It was still cool to be there. It was still, and I can do a whole show on that Cotton Bowl experience, and maybe we should have done it this go around, or maybe we do it next week or something with Tech still playing. La Tech won and covered. Rock on. Fighting Sonny Cumbies. Did he get tased this week? Did I see that? Gator Bowl on January 1, 2008. Supposed to be warm in Florida. It was freaking cold. A hell of a game. Harold Crabtree, Trelika with a game-winning field goal on that one. And it was Jake Long for UVA who Tech dominated that day. Yeah. If I remember that right. Cumby was the master of the audible play. Saw several third and long runs that he changed into that went for first down on a TD. He just he ran the offense so well that year, late in the season, mishmashed run and pass, took advantage of every opportunity. I thought it was great. Jeff, team wearing all black for the game. Would have preferred to see red jerseys. Is that confirmed? I don't know. I haven't seen the deal. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying you're wrong. I assume they're going to wear their best jerseys and best uniforms for the Peach Bowl. If they're wearing all black, I don't like that. Don't like it. Yeah, Rob Johnson, USC quarterback, ascertained earlier. Dallas releases Diggs. Don't really give a crap. Dallas Cowboys don't care. Tech is respected, says JCTT. The conference respect level is a round number, but guilt by association matters. Moves numbers in favorable directions. So what you're saying is, yeah, Tech's respected. Joseph, 2012, I believe, when Tuberville skipped town and some goober named Kitley coached the game. Not sure what you're referring to, but yes. No, ESPN has no respect for Tech or the Big 12. Big 10, SEC have no respect for Tech. So take that. Anyway, down to $46 to get into the Orange Bowl with fees. College football quarterfinals must be on campus. How many empty seats will there be? Don't know. I agree with you, though. I had a friend of mine text me last night showing me seat availability and everything, and I'm like, gee, it's almost like they don't care. Wait for this. It's almost like they don't care if anybody is actually in the stadium. Well, who is they? College football playoff. They don't care. They care about the TV numbers first and foremost. If they cared about attendance, Tech would be playing in the Cotton Bowl. You would have Miami playing down there. You would structure this totally different regionally. You would set it up where the top 4 teams would be playing regionally in their best place, right? That's what you'd be doing. So that tells me they don't care about making money anymore off ticket sales. And people are going to focus on ticket sales. Some people are going to focus on that and say, hey, look at this. No, they don't care. The TV money dwarfs the ticket sales so much that they don't care. Oh, it's going to look bad. There are going to be empty seats and whatever. They don't care. And I'll remind you of this. Go to the NCAA basketball tournament. Look at the first and second rounds and look at how many empty seats there are at the arenas that you play these first and second round games in all across the NCAA tournament, basketball tournament. They don't care. There are empty seats in the Sweet 16 in some instances in the massive arenas they play. They don't care anymore about people actually being at the game. They care about you watching the game. Randy, you're right. But they don't care. First time I carried a cocktail out the door of one bar to another bar was at the Independence Bowl in Shreveport. Close game. 2017, I think it was, in 86, and we're going back to that one, Timbo. Yes, sir, all black against PJs. Hate the look. Peach Bowl tickets are currently 300, 700 on ticket dashboard for those looking ahead. I assume ceiling of 25,000 total fans, 65,000 stadium, or 5,000 per school. Yeah, well, I don't even know that they care about the total number of fans per school. That doesn't matter. All right, you guys were pretty good tonight. Not bad at all. Not bad at all for leading into New Year's Eve. Big show tomorrow. Work with me tomorrow. Might go early, okay? Could go as early as 5 o'clock. Probably not before that, but could go early depending on that. Trying to line up a couple of guests that I think you guys would enjoy hearing from. So please stay with me on social media, on Twitter at Ryan Hyatt Media, on our Facebook page, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland, everything. Well, I will alert you if we're going early, okay? We might go early tomorrow, prediction show and everything else. Now, the next thing you can do tonight, hey, if you're on our Facebook page, subscribe and share. YouTube, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. Like, subscribe, share, invite people in. Twitter, you know what to do at Ryan Hyatt Media, same thing. We're going to have this on the website later on tonight, theraiderland.com. You can share it. You can put it out there. We're going to be on our friends. They're on VSIN coming up here in just a little bit, 8:30 Central Time. Biggest Stats and Information Network at Matt Ewens and Tim Murray, breaking down Texas Tech and Oregon. So you guys are the best. You really are. We appreciate what you do. Share this, invite people in, get ready for a big day tomorrow. And we'll be back with you in the morning on the website. Sorry, this morning I had some medical stuff going on, some doctor stuff. Not me, but we had some stuff going on. So had to take care of it. And we'll be back with you at, I don't know, about 8:30 or 9 in the morning. DRaiderland.com. Thanks for hanging out. You guys are the best.